What's up, midgets? Hello and welcome back to another Wednesday video. Today we're playing Window the game. Nah, just kidding. This is called Dagon, I'm not sure, but it's supposed to be this visual horror experience based on the H.P. Lovecraft story of the same name. It's free to play on Steam, and the reason I know about it is because of the Stand With Ukraine bundle, so thanks Humble Bundle. So it's supposed to be very visually pleasing, and it's also available in VR, and I was very tempted to play it in VR, but I decided to do this instead. It supports a controller, but I'll be using a keyboard and mouse, and without further ado, let's get started and see what we got. Dagon is a faithful, interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work, focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot. So a walking simulator. Gotcha.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Don't do it! I guess I click. Yes, I do. Wow, okay. During the game, you will encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey, others reveal interesting facts about the original short story, its historical background, and the author. Some of the trivia is hidden. In order to find these secrets, focus your eyes and look for the Elder Sign. It's a tree branch. Or stick. Could be both. You can also access all the found facts later. They will be available in the main menu. Okay. Cool. Why is my sensitivity so low? I have to literally throw my mouse across the room. Okay, this is that bit better. Cool. So, I don't seem to be able to move, which is epic. I guess I have to do this. Oh, I have to zoom? No, left click.
And at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer.
So I'm a drug addict.
Cast myself
Perfect
from
beginning.
this garret window into the squalid street below.
I see. I'm not just a drug addict. I'm a poet who's also a drug addict. Gotcha.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
What the fuck? Oh, he's addicted to morphine. Well, that's completely acceptable then. Morphine is like out there with the acceptable druggies. I want the voiceovers to be a little bit louder and the sounds of thunder that boom in my ears to be a little bit quieter. Thank you very much.
When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must
There
have
is nothing written on the pages.
death.
Alright. So, ooh, I can do stuff. Oh, I wrote something. Awesome.
It was in one of the most
Oh shit,
and least
I missed something to
frequented
explore
parts of
there.
the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
So this is a first person. Oh, you don't actually walk. You just look around and click. That's kind of cool. And also weird. I'm kind of used to walking simulators involving walking, but I guess this is just a visual story experience.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces
also very
of the
pretty.
Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation.
Is that a flag that I should recognize? I'm really bad with history and geography. I'm sorry. Where do I zoom into?
So
Oh,
that
never
our
mind.
vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
I see. So he was a seaman, and he got captured, and he became an imprisoned seaman. Roger. Okay, that's how I progressed. This is an extra thing. Whoa, okay. I got an achievement called The Seeker. So this is the extra story that the game mentioned in the beginning. However, I feel like if I have to read all of these, because I think there's quite a few of them, the video is going to be very long and will get very monotonous very quickly. So instead, here you have an option to pause the video if you would like and read this for yourself. I just love the title, The Huns. Some buns, hun. And let's progress with the boat.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small
How did you
boat
escape?
with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Okay, that's how I progress, and there is absolutely nothing else to see here. Cool, let's do it. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it
When I
fades to a
finally
black
found myself
screen
adrift and free,
when
I
it
had
changes
but little
scenes.
idea of my surroundings.
Alright, so I am literally in the middle of nowhere. The game is very pretty though, look at that shit, man. It's really good.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
Do you dudes know how to navigate based on the sun and the stars? Let me know down below in the comments. I don't. If I have to do this, I'm gonna die.
Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Oh, that's such a nice little lantern. Look at it. It's so cozy. It's kind of cozy though. You know, the sea is very chill. I don't know why I was picturing much more stormy stuff. I guess I did survive because this is a recollection, right? So I must have survived somehow. The moon. Are we traveling there? Am I gonna meet Desmond the Moon Bear?
And for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
One thing that I'm noticing though, I think this is more of a visual illusion than anything else, so it won't be too resource intensive. Because if you do look very closely, the horizon is really close to us. I think this is a very small area. So what am I looking at? Oh, the water. I assume I started running out of water, right? I drink my own piss?
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude.
I can literally just stare at the sun. Okay, don't stare at the sun, Chad. It's very bad for you. Alright, next up.
The change happened whilst I slept.
What? There's music now. What's happening? Is Cthulhu in this? I feel like he is.
Its details I shall never know. For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Bam! Excuse me? Where am I? Am I on another planet? Yo, guys, I think we finally made it to the moon. However, instead of Desmond the Moon Bear, I met with Octodad. What is that one doing? Is it trying to get out, or is it just going in and out and in and out like something else? There don't seem to be any stuff to explore, like extra story parts, so...
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see.
Wow, that's a lot of fancy words.
And in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
Yeah, it's right there. However, there's tentacles on it. It's been taken over by the anime now. Too late.
Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Would be astonished by this. What's wrong with you if you get astonished by this?
For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish, and other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
Oh, I very much like that one there. You know, laying on its back, waiting for a little rub on the belly.
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity.
I can really tell that H.P. Lovecraft wrote this, because he did write like this, in a very pompous and sophisticated manner, and I love the voice actor they've chosen to read the lines.
There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime.
I very much like the
completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Oh, I didn't fly, I stood up, I was sitting on my asshole. Apparently, sitting on that. You know, the squids I'm fine with. This thing has far too many legs to be alive. Can I just start a petition to exterminate shit that's got more than 8 legs?
The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Yo, is that just like a normal fish? It's like the only normal thing here, except for me and the boat. Alright, I guess I gotta click on the boat. Anything to explore, like extra stuff? Oh, good! The thing that I said has to die. Let's explore that. The origins of Dagon seems to be inspired by fish head. It is between a hybrid idiot and the strange fish of an isolated lake. Since I clicked on this shit to read it, I'm not doing it. Let's progress. Oh good, I walked through the tentacles.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
I'm very curious.
Unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
Is this really the most plausible explanation? I mean, these do look like normal sea creatures, sure, but really?
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
Yeah, exactly. What volcanic eruption just deletes the ocean, exactly, you know?
Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Which one of these is dead? They're literally all moving or breathing in some fashion. I think that one there's dead. Oh, cool. I zoom in on the fish. Perfect. Is it food? Please don't tell me you're gonna eat this, man.
For several hours, I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its
Again,
side and afforded a
the
slight
black
shade as
screen
the sun
fades
moved
between
across the
scenes. Kind of
heavens.
annoys me.
As
Because like
the day
I didn't even
progressed,
move.
the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
Are you for real? Like, did that actually happen? Like, this was on the bottom of the ocean, and now the ocean is just buried under all of this muck. What?
That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water,
Excuse me, what do you mean
preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
The vanished sea. That does sound cool, though. Alright, anything extra to explore? I'm not seeing anything. Lego. Get in the burlap sack. Forget about your problems.
I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
Okay.
The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to
odor
mind
of
so
fish. I
slight an
hate
evil,
that
and set out
sentence.
boldly for an unknown goal.
Anything? Nope, nothing. Let's go again walking through objects. Sure.
All day I forged steadily westward.
Excuse me,
by
what?
A faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
What is this Subnautica shit? Is there anything extra to explore? No. Okay, I'm actually kind of getting unnerved by the models of the creatures. Okay. Hello, whale. May I whale you a question? Leave a like for humor. Alright, nothing here that I can explore. Let's keep going. More creep shit, please.
That night, I encamped.
What's that, slugs?
And on the following day, still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed
I'm okay with
scarcely
insects
nearer
generally,
than
but
when
like...
I had first espied it.
Wait, when I first espied it, what is there? There's something there on the mountain? Is it Cthulhu? That's a big black screen. Oh!
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Wow! As if it almost works that way. Obviously because the earth is flat.
An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface.
There's something glistening there.
Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
Is it safe here? Something is fucking glowing, man. I don't like this.
Why my dreams were so wild that night.
Wild? At least they weren't wet.
But ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain.
Waning gibbous, that's a phase of the moon, right? I'm not familiar with all of them.
I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more.
Sleep no more.
Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day.
Why? Why?
Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy.
Wait, what? Is the mountain lower?
Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset.
Wait, that cannot be a trick of the light, can it?
Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
Eminem, where? I gotta pick up my pack. Gotcha. Anything else? Nope. Alright, pack it is.
I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon.
It's Cthulhu's mouth, isn't it?
Whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Yo, what? That's on the other side of the mountain. It's just nothing. You can't even see the edges of it. Jesus.
I felt myself on the edge of the world.
That may very well be where you are, man.
Peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night.
And now a fish just yeets me down.
Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost.
And of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness.
Oh, you think this is the gate to hell?
Sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
Yo, what are these tricks of the light? Is this even possible? Don't tell me you're gonna climb down. Are you insane?
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent.
Dude, well, I mean, I guess he doesn't have any other option, does he?
Whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
I don't know what declivity means, but it sounds fancy. Alright, I guess I'm clicking on it. Let's go.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze.
What is that?
I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath.
Okay, this is some scurry shit, dude. What is that box?
Gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated.
That is so weird, though. The moon is purely visible. So why is this place so dark? It's made of a material that absorbs light completely.
All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
What are you fucking on about? Why wasn't it glowing a second ago? The moon doesn't move that quickly. Alright, I'm not liking this. Making me feel uneasy and I can't explain why.
But it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
That is definitely what it looks like. It'd be a shoebox. With some very, very big shoes for giants. They wear shoes too. Don't judge.
But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature.
That is true. It is very, how should I say it, aligned, in my opinion. It looks definitely man-made.
A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express.
Okay, sure. Oh, and I'm clicking on it now.
Despite its enormous magnitude, and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young.
By the way, I was definitely thinking there will be more extra objects. Guess I was wrong.
I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith.
I see, just like from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures.
What is that sound? Am I gonna travel through time and space now?
Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
I mean, might as well. He doesn't exactly have many options, so might as well have fun while doing it. Alright, going forward, there is nothing to explore here. It's just nothing. And suddenly water.
Now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm.
Yeah, that's Cthulhu, man.
And revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions, and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith.
Why Cyclopean?
On whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures.
Yeah, obviously. They're definitely visible now. Anything else? Nope. Okay, let's go to the very top.
The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics.
Okay, how? How's my camera here?
Anything I'd ever seen in books.
Right, a lot of sea creatures. Then there's a squid in the middle that gets the power of the Power Rangers.
Consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like.
Don't need to point them each and every single one of them, but okay.
Several characters obviously.
Alright, at this point I'm definitely certain I'm floating.
Unknown to the modern world.
Aha, that's the olden Power Rangers, and in the middle I'm pretty sure that's Cthulhu.
But whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
That is also true.
It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Ooh, okay, let's explore. Storytelling methods. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings, journals and characters' notes, islands emerging from the ocean, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu Mythos. Nice. And let's go down.
Visible across the intervening water, on account of their enormous size, were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a doré.
I don't know what a doré is, and I don't know what he's talking about. Is he talking about the waves?
Things were supposed to depict men.
Oh no, the things on the bottom.
A certain sort of men.
No, they're aquamen. They're seamen.
Though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto.
Little Mermaid?
Or paying homage at some monolithic shrine, which appeared to be under the waves as well.
I definitely thought that the Little Mermaid was always connected to Cthulhu ever since I saw it as a little child. Also, if this is all under the water, how are we here? Maybe we are at the bottom of the ocean.
Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail.
You can't really make them out in that such detail, man. Don't
mere remembrance
overdo
makes
it.
me grow faint.
Also, he did see them in better detail, but he's not showing us.
Of a Poe or a Bulwer.
Ah, never mind, I'm dumb. That's literally their faces. Grotesque beyond the imagination of Poe. Edgar Allan Poe, nice.
They were damnably human.
Called the Raven Nevermore.
Despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips.
I mean, the one on the bottom seems very generic, mostly kind of like your typical UFO. The one on the left looks like Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. The one on the right looks like he is just a wood carving, and the one on the top, that's the one you want to be on the lookout for. That dude knows how to have fun.
Glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall.
Yeah.
Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background.
Why is that?
For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
Don't kill the whales. Also, these creatures are fucking giant then, man, what the lava?
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size. But in a moment decided
I'm hearing
that they were
sounds.
merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe.
It's the gods of the seamen.
Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Is he opposing Darwin? He's saying that before the Neanderthals there was other stuff, other beings. Ah, wait, no, I see. We're going for the reptilioid theory. Well, you know what I say about that? I say that the government is run by apes. You can quote me on that. Going in the monolith.
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist.
Yeah.
I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me.
Yeah.
Then, suddenly, I saw it.
Where? Oh god, I now see it too.
With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Dude, it's sliding into my DMs, help. Oh wait, no.
Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith.
I don't know what I expected.
About which it flung its gigantic
I'm not sure what I was expecting though.
arms, the while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
Okay. What the fuck happened on the left just now? Did it duplicate? Shadow clone jutsu?
Then,
Yeah, probably.
of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Fuck was that thing, man? It didn't look like the creatures on the monolith because it had legs, for starters. Okay, so I assume this is the me running
I
backward.
sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
Oh no, this is the popular mythos that if you were to witness an eldritch terror, it genuinely makes you go mad just by witnessing it. So that's maybe what this is about. That's what it's referencing. Singing and laughing, maybe.
I have
Hello,
indistinct
I'm back.
recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat.
Oh, I'm not underwater if it's raining.
At any
What's
rate,
with the stinger
I know
music?
that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
True. Okay. Oh, fading to black on its own. Gotcha.
When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital,
How did this happen?
brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean.
It was our dream then, or was it?
In my delirium, I had said much.
I got
but
an
found
achievement
my words
called
had been given
Delirious but
scant
Free.
attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing.
Huh.
Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Maybe I did just go insane because of, you know, being in the sun for so long, food and water deprivation. I don't know. Because, like, I definitely ran out of water at one point, that's mostly certain. Journalist. Lovecraft was a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism. Huh. Alright, I actually know almost nothing about Lovecraft's history before he wrote everything. But you can pause this and read it if you want. I'm going outside. Or not, because that door is scary as fuck.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Huh. So that's what we actually saw. Wait, click it. Dagon, was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew, the word dag means fish. I see. So he was never actually a fish person. Damn it, there goes my entire theory about the seaman. I am now saddened. Nothing else of interest here other than that, so let's look at the cupboard. Maybe there's whiskey in there.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Hopelessly conventional, damn. When you were just called basic. Oh, there's a thing. August Derlit and the Cthulhu Mythos. Alright, you can pause and read this if you want. I myself will probably be reading them while I edit this video. Where do I actually go forward? Am I dumb? Oh, there. I didn't realize I could do a 180 with my neck. There's probably more here, right? I mean, I assume. Why do I have to zigzag out of the room? What is wrong with me? Why should I have gone to that clock? There was nothing there. Oh, and now we're here.
Especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing.
I see, so he is haunted by it.
I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease, and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
So now, I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Yeah, this dude is a victim. He didn't deserve this. What am I gonna do now? Oh. Lovecraft on tobacco and alcohol. Lovecraft hated tobacco? Oh shit, we wouldn't have gotten along then. Damn it. So what, I'm gonna overdose? Really? I had no other option? Alright, Lamau, might as well.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm, a mere freak of fever, as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat, after my escape from the German man-of-war.
I mean, that's what makes the most sense, right?
This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed.
Show me something. Like, I want to see it.
Their ancient stone idols, and
oh, I love it.
Their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite.
That was epic.
The day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind.
Damn, dude.
Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
That's so many, though. Oh, look, the Statue of Liberty. You know, I think this is the beginning of the Godzilla movie, or maybe the Cloverfield one. Let's go to the Statue of Liberty.
The end is near.
What am I hearing? I'm hearing something.
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
Oh no. No, 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 no. I don't like this.
It shall not find me.
Am I gonna jump out of the window? I'm gonna see a hand, right?
God, that hand!
Yep. Ooh.
The window! The window!
I can't turn! What if I just wait? It's not gonna attack me, right? If I just wait, nothing happens. Alright, well, Lamau, yeet. Nice. Thank you for playing. We hope you enjoyed immersing yourself in our little pool of cosmic horror. We'd appreciate it if you took a moment to rate Dagon and check out our other games and DLCs. And this is the loading screen. Really well designed, this short game, and it's also free, which is nice. I assume it's more of a promotional thing for their other games. However, I really did enjoy this. Can't call it horror though, because it's just a story. Like, you didn't really see that much, the soundscape didn't really get you. Maybe I'm just too jaded and I really need something to jump at me in my face for me to be afraid, but I think it's definitely gonna be scarier in VR. And let me know what you think, dudes. Do you believe that this was real, or is it just a story? Anyway, that'll be it for today's video. I do hope you dudes enjoyed. If you did and you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. Other than that, here's the subscribe button. Hit it if you haven't already. Next to it, there's a bell icon. You want to get notified, right? And next to that, there's a join button. If you want to become a channel member, sponsor me directly. Down below in the description, you can find the links to my Discord server, my Twitter, as well as my Twitch and Trovo, which is where most of the live streams happen nowadays. So if you haven't already, go there, make an account if you don't have one, and hit that follow button. But other than that, Thanks for watching, keep being awesome, and don't get kidnapped by what dwells under the waters. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!